I'm going to start this review with something I hear all the time from people who shop online for big-ticket power gear. It looks perfect in the pictures, but when I actually need it, it just doesn't cut it. If you've ever bought a portable generator that claimed to power your whole house, only to discover you can barely run a single TV, you know how frustrating that feels. That's why I'm taking a deeper look at the Anker SOLIX F3800 Plus portable power station before you hit add to cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't a tiny camping battery you'd clip to a backpack. The SOLIX F3800 Plus packs 3.84 kilowatt-hours of storage, which translates to about an hour and a half of running a 2.5 kilowatts air conditioner, or a full night powering a small refrigerator, a few lights, and a laptop charger. What makes it feel different from other large-capacity units on the market is the built-in home power panel. Instead of lugging a separate generator, a set of extension cords, and a bulky transfer switch, the panel lets you plug the power station directly into your home's 120V or 240V outlets and flip a switch to run whole circuits. That's a real convenience when a storm knocks out the grid for several hours. Now, who should actually consider spending the roughly $2,000 on this thing? If you live in an area prone to severe weather, think Tornado Alley or coastal hurricanes, or you maintain a remote work-from-home office that can't afford even a few hours of downtime, the SOLIX F3800 Plus becomes a practical insurance policy. Home-based medical equipment, like a CPAP machine, also falls into the must-run category, and the ability to keep that device on without a noisy diesel generator is a huge plus. The unit also pairs nicely with solar panels if you're trying to create a semi-off-grid setup for a cabin or a tiny house. The works with solar claim isn't just marketing speak, because the internal inverter can accept a wide range of panel inputs and store that energy for later use. On the flip side, if you're mostly looking for a portable charger to keep a couple of phones and a laptop alive on a weekend camping trip, you'll probably be overpaying. The physical size is about the same as a small refrigerator, and at 71 pounds, it's not something you want to carry up a mountain trail. Likewise, if you already own a reliable diesel generator that can output 6 kilowatts continuously, the added dual voltage capability of this unit may feel redundant. The SOLIX F3800 Plus shines when you need both backup power and a clean, silent source, but it's not the best bargain for pure portable use. Let's talk about the real-world strengths that matter after the box gets opened. The first thing I noticed is the quiet operation. Because the unit is essentially a big battery, there's no engine noise, no fuel odor, and no vibrations. Running a 3 kilowatts electric heater in a basement during a blackout is almost silent, which is a welcome change compared to the clattering diesel machines you hear on the news. The intelligent remote control app lets you monitor charge level, set power out limits, and even schedule when the unit should automatically start drawing from a solar array, handy if you're trying to conserve battery for an evening storm. Another practical advantage is the dual voltage output. Most portable power stations stick to 120V in the US, which means you need a step-up transformer to run appliances like a full-size electric stove or a 240V dryer. The SOLIX's built-in switch lets you select either 120V or 240V at the panel, so you can feed a whole circuit that's wired for higher voltage without any extra hardware. In a real home scenario, that means you could keep a washing machine or a dryer running during a prolonged outage, something most smaller units simply can't handle. Now for the hidden trade-offs. The biggest one is the recharge time. Even with a fast-charging AC wall outlet, the 3.84 kilowatt-hour battery will take about 10 hours to get back to full. If you're counting on it after a night-long outage, you'll need a secondary charging method, either a solar array or a generator, to bring it back up before the next event. The product does say it works with pure sinus generators, which is useful because many cheap generators produce dirty power that can damage sensitive electronics. However, you'll have to buy the compatible generator separately. The SOLIX does not include one, and that adds to the overall cost if you don't already have a suitable unit. Another practical consideration is the price-to-capacity ratio. At just under 4 kilowatt-hours, the SOLIX is comparable to a small home UPS, but it costs significantly more per watt-hour than a traditional gas generator. If you plan to use it primarily for occasional blackouts and you have a decent generator already, you might find yourself paying for capacity you never fully utilize. The 5-year warranty, 10-year lifespan claim sounds reassuring, but keep in mind that battery degradation is a real phenomenon. After a few years of deep cycle use, you'll see a gradual drop in